Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Marie Claire, and how are we all doing today? I hope we're all keeping well and good. Yes, it's getting cold, I know, but we have to keep well. So if this is your first time on my channel, right here we talk about everything sickle cell. So please welcome, make yourself comfortable. We try to encourage each other as much as we can. We talk about everything positive. There are lots of challenges with sickle cell disease, but we are trying to make the most out of our lives. That is the purpose of this space right here. So please join us. So in this video, I will be talking about something that affects, most people, but most especially people with sickle cell disease. Fatigue. Yeah, fatigue. I'm sure my friends and families are tired of hearing me talk about how tired I am. I'm always exhausted. I'm always feeling lethargic. I'm always feeling run down. And living with sickle cell, this is something that we deal with every single day. And why is that so? The reason being that because of the shape of our red blood cells, we're not able to carry oxygen around the body as much as people with normal red blood cells. So you tend to find that we're always tired, always feeling tired. So in this video, I will just be giving you some of my coping mechanisms, some of my tips I use to try and live a normal life as much as I can, even with fatigue. So fatigue is a lack of energy, always feeling tired, always feeling run down. And, this is something that's very common on a day-to-day basis. And especially for someone like myself, who is a mother to two young boys, whose energy levels are over the roof, that can make it very difficult. So I try to find ways of boosting my energy, because as much as I always feel tired, I have to be a mother to them. I have to be able to do the things that I normally do, I want to do. So I always have to find ways of boosting my energy, and also avoid the things that, make me run down in energy levels and things like that. So over the years, I have found that some of these things work really well, and the ones that don't, I try to minimize them as much as I can. So one of the things that I found really, really helpful with my fatigue levels is a good night's sleep. Having a good night's sleep is very important, very, very essential for your energy levels, and a quality night sleep, that is. And it's also very important to be mindful of the things that we do before we go to bed. So usually what I tend to do is before I go to bed, I try to minimize my activities. I try to chill and calm down, maybe listen to some good music, or something to just calm me down, or watch Netflix. Yeah, I am always on there. So do less physical activity, just calm yourself down. So what I tend to do is that I have a hot drink before bed. It's very important that, some people find it works in helping them sleep better, and I have found it really, really helpful. What I tend to go for is things like the herbal teas that have no caffeine in them, and my favorite of all is the chamomile tea, which calms me and relaxes me, so when I go to bed, I just fall asleep. And what you want to try and avoid is things like drinks high in sugar and caffeine, because these might tend to disrupt your sleep. So avoid those as much as possible before bedtime. Experts recommend that as an adult, we should get at least 7 to 9 hours of sleep every day. This is the recommended amount of sleep that you get. So if you get less than that, then you should try and find ways in helping you sleep better. I have there's so many devices out there that can help you achieve, monitor your sleep levels. I've got one of them, which is the medical watch, which I will be talking about in one of my videos. So before, I wasn't able to monitor how much sleep I get. So since I had this watch, it's a Withings watch, I've been able to monitor how much sleep I get. And, you see the disruptions that happen during the night. So it's very useful. I will be talking about this watch in a subsequent video. But yeah, so that might help as well. And also something very important, your environment around where you sleep, it's very essential. I mean, you want to keep it as dark as possible, as quiet as possible, as comfortable as possible, as cool, not cold, as cool as possible. Because if it gets too hot, you might not be able to sleep. If it gets too cold, you might have a problem sleeping as well. So, I mean, I am someone who I always feel really warm during the night. So I tend to wear really light clothing for bed and always leaving the window slightly open. This always frustrates my husband. Even in the winter, I like to leave the window slightly open because it makes me sleep better, I found, So you have to figure out what works for you and keep your bedroom environment really nice and cool and comfortable. And some people, tend to find that sleeping with a nice chilled music do help them go to sleep. If this is something that works for you, go for it. So another tip that I found really useful was staying hydrated, keeping on top of my water. So I mentioned in my previous video, in my last video, not the previous one, one of the videos that I shot, about the importance of staying hydrated with sickle cell disease. And it is very, very essential that we do that because it boosts our energy levels. I mean, staying hydrated makes it very difficult for our red blood cells to move through the blood vessels, because if you're hydrated, the red blood cells gets thickened. So that makes it really, really difficult. And as a result of that, our heart will have to work extra, extra hard to pump blood across the body. And because of this extra work we're giving to the heart, we will get very, very tired easily. So what you want to do is to keep drinking clear fluids as much as you can. Keep hydrated as much as you can, because it makes it very easy, for you to boost your energy levels. It makes it easy for your blood to move, your red blood cells to move easily within the tiny blood vessels. So staying on top of your water is very essential for your energy levels. And I've found that works for me all the time. That's why you see me always drinking water, because I want to be able to, be active as much as I can. I hate to be tired. It's not a nice thing if you've been there. So please stay on top of your water. So a balanced diet is very good in managing our energy levels. It's always important, always advisable to eat a balanced diet to boost our energy. And foods that are very high in sugar will give you energy. But what you tend to find is that it's very short-lived. It will last for a very short time. Before you know it, you're feeling tired again. So it is always better to get foods that, that will take a long time to digest, so you have a steady level of energy. And, we want to be eating things like oatmeal, bananas, chicken, you name it. So beans as well. Some of these things, these foods that I've just mentioned, will keep your energy level going for a long time, maybe throughout the day. And, you can get energy from all this sugary drinks and sugary food, but you find that, you're soon getting tired again. This is what we want to avoid. So the next tip I wanted to talk about something that really works well for me is exercise. I mean, regular exercise is good for everyone. And living with sickle cell, it can be challenging doing exercise, but moderate to mild exercises is very essential for people living with sickle cell disease. And always do it in your own pace and capacity. And always remember to take a break as often as you need it. You know, I love to do exercise every single day, and if not, maybe a few times a week, because what I've found is that, you know, regular exercise boosts my energy a lot. And the days that I don't indulge in exercise, I feel really run down. So I try to keep on top of my exercise as much as I can. I mean, those that live with sickle cell disease should try and keep exercise if you have to, because not everybody, you know, it's not everybody's cup of tea. So those with sickle cell disease, if you have to do exercise, you should keep it really mild and try to avoid very strenuous exercises, because these might tend to, you know, cause you to have a sickle cell crisis and all other complications that come with sickle cell disease. So be very mindful if you have to indulge in exercise. Some forms of exercises that you can do include things like walking, brisk walking, dancing. I love to dance. Things like Zumba, swimming. So you just figure out what you're capable of doing, and always remember, do not push it. You know, only do what you're capable of. I tend to do a lot of walking, a lot of other exercises for the core and everything, you know, you name it. So only do what you're capable of, okay? Because we do have fewer red blood cells in our body, this prevents oxygen to be delivered across the body. But if you indulge in very strenuous exercises, this might make it very difficult. So be very careful. But moderate to mild exercises might help with blood circulation and things like that, and which is what we want, you know, which is what I like, because when I do exercise, I do feel the difference, you know. I do feel the difference in my energy level. So it is very important that you only do what you are capable of. Mild to moderate exercise is what is recommended. So exercise can help with average physical activity, blood circulation, energy levels, helps better sleeps. It can even help your diet. You know, if it can help your appetite, sorry, I beg your pardon. It can help your appetite. So, you know, I find that every time I stay for a long time without exercising, I feel really different. So I always try to include exercise in my routine, because I have noticed the difference, and my energy level is always boosted when I tend to exercise. And also, another thing that I found really good for my energy levels is multivitamins. I mean, I can't recommend any multivitamins on here, but I do take a few, and especially vitamin C, and, you know, and for the winter months, I do take vitamin D, because we don't get enough vitamin D in the UK, and because of the tone of our skin, we don't get to absorb as much vitamin D as you know, as we should. So I always try to stay on top of my multivitamins, and I feel the difference. So I mean, everybody is recommended to take some form of multivitamins, especially as adults, you know. And I feel the difference when I do that. So if you want to boost your energy levels, you know, that's what I do. I recommend you get in touch with your medical professionals. Always seek advice. And please, I would not recommend you going on the internet and buying medications or multivitamins or whatever you need to take to boost your energy levels. Always seek medical advice before you do that. So all my multivitamins I've checked with my GP and my consultants, just to make sure that it doesn't interact with any other medication that I'm taking. So it's very important for you to do that. So something to remember, please, if you find that your fatigue levels are a bit unusual, you're feeling a bit more tired than usual, always remember to seek medical advice, either by speaking to your GP, your consultant, medical professionals. Always seek medical help if you think that, you're getting too tired than normal. And please look after yourselves. Thank you for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe, like, and share, and help me grow my channel. And also, please, in the comment section, you don't have to be living with sickle cell. Please share with us, the tips or mechanisms in which you use to boost your energy levels. And until next time, take care. Bye-bye.